I'm not quite sure how to start this because it's been a while since I've had to start a completely original campaign. I suppose the best way to go about it would be for everyone to introduce their characters, actually. Because I know that like everyone's vaguely aware of each other's characters, and obviously there are secrets that several characters do not want to divulge immediately. Um, but just as a general roundtable, does anyone want to start? Or am I going to have to pick someone?
I'll take the plunge if someone has to. So my name is Niamatrakalixamori. I am I'm the daughter of a politician who also wanted her daughter to be a politician as well, but instead Niamatrakalixamori, or Nia for short if you're a coward.
I may insist you have to shorten it just for time for our sessions.
Yes.
And also because I am very ADHD and can't say a name that long that fast.
Don't worry. I've just when I came up with her like 2 years ago, I just said her name quite a lot to practice. So she is really into botany. She loves plants, which is really weird because most Time Lords thinks natural things are useless and technology is all the way. She has a redeeming part of her Time Lordness in which she also really likes TARDIS engineering. And she's got huge mummy issues.
Does TARDIS engineering also count as botany?
Yeah, exactly.
There's technically overlap, yes.
Hey, someone had to mention it.
No, she's probably going to talk about it a fair amount, I imagine.
Yeah, Nia cannot shut up about plants. But yeah,
Professor Garlic. No one is going to appreciate that reference.
No, anyway.
no. But yeah, that's Nia in a nutshell. She's kind of got a stick up her ass, but is very quiet about it.
Doesn't bring attention to the stick. Shall we do Liaris next?
All right. My character's name is Londo Thor Quell. Ah!
You can do it.
Hold on.
You can do it.
Hold on. No, hold on. I tried to say it fast and it didn't go very well at all. Hold on. Londo Thor Quell Dusk. Lonzo Thor Quell Dusk. That is, much like Nia, a Gallifreyan name. I do not mind how you shorten it, whether you want to go with Thor, Londo, or Dusk.
The only thing I'm going to say is I'm fine with you changing it up, but you should probably declare at the start of each session which one you're going with. Because it's going to get confusing.
I really don't mind. People can just say whichever one they want.
Maybe all three of us use a different one for you.
That works. See? That works.
I take dibs on Thor.
A very nice choice. I knew someone was going to really want that one.
Dibs on Dusk.
Okay, I'll let Rhyme know, who has just got home, that she's apparently got Londo. Anyway.
Okay, so anyways, my character has a fixation on biology. Just knowing lots of things about all of the various different species out there in the galaxy.
Do you want to just stop there?
Mostly just not very hidden fact that they were raised as an orphan, no family to speak of at all.
Yeah, cool.
That's about it.
Yeah, well, that's more. I mean, the Orphan Club is the majority of this group. To be fair,
I just wanted to be the first to really put it out there that I am firmly in the Orphan Club. My character has no familial ties, so you guys are probably going to be like the closest thing to a family my character has.
Look, it's not an RPG if there's not a found family dynamic.
Nia wishes she was in the Orphan Club.
And Sky, do you want to introduce your character?
Do you want to steal a TARDIS? Sorry, I couldn't help it.
Yeah, it's fine.
So Dani is not of this universe. They are an E-person from E-space, who used to travel with a Time Lord, and upon crashing, joined the Academy. They are very smart, but in specialized interests.
I mean, to be fair,
not-
that's kind of how the entire group works. Everyone's very good at one thing.
They're all autistic, basically.
Yes.
yeah, very neurodivergent group.
The best kind of group.
Yes, and is a very good pilot as a result.
I'm sure that's going to come in handy very shortly. I think Ryan will be joining us like any minute. She's probably just getting set up. So, as soon as doing it, I think Sky, you had the perfect idea on how to start this. So, would you like to? I'll have you set the scene, and then we'll go from there.
So, I guess where would we all meet up?
Oh, I did want to mention another thing about my character.
Go on then, real quick.
Does not seem distinctly intelligent outside of the field of biology, which will be made very apparent later on.
So yeah, in terms of the setup, I was thinking basically, you're all students in an academy, and as any good academy has, they have a sort of common room area, you know. And due to the fact that oh, hello there.
Hello.
Oops.
Whoa!
I'm sorry. Let me turn that
Oh
off.
my god, that's amazing, perfect, boom, slam open the door entrance.
Yeah.
all right, bitches. Who was ready?
Alright, you got here just in time. We were doing character introduction.
Yes, I was deliberately doing character introductions to stall a little, and I was about to set the scene, but since our fourth member has now joined us...
With absolutely perfect timing, which we definitely did not plan.
Ryan, feel free to introduce Atticus for us.
Atticus is. Oh, how do I even describe him? He is a human. He is an Earthling. He was rescued by Time Lords. After his entire village was destroyed by Mount Vesuvius.
It's a minor event, Pompeii. Not many people remember that one.
Don't tempt me to play the song.
But yeah, while he seems grumpy at first, he's really a good guy, and you can count on him for just about all of your history needs.
Mm-hmm. Yes, when your like backstory comes from a very important event in history, you start to take an interest in history afterwards.
Yes, for sure.
Anyway, I will start over with the introduction we have, which is you're all in the Time Lord Academy together, and there is, as with any good school, a common room. But because Time Lords are incredibly pretentious and incredibly obsessed with academics, in the common room is a very excessive, let's just say, visual computer display just covering an entire wall that just has a very slow rolling leaderboard of everyone's academic scores, basically. Just name, number, just like the total number, not even showing the specializations, just a very strict thing. And at the very dead middle is all four of you. If I was to put an order, it's probably Nia, then Dani, then Atticus, and then Londo.
Which is a bit strange.
Yes, we'll get to that later. Oh yes, also Ryan, because Liaris is so committed to his character having so many different names. Laura, who was it that picked Thor first? It was Sky, wasn't it?
Sky picked to call me Thor. Laura has picked to call me Dusk.
And by process of elimination, Atticus apparently is going to refer to him as Londo.
But I also
Okay,
mentioned that you can call my character whatever you would like, even if you decide on calling them the entirety of the Gallifreyan name, which I do not expect anyone to do.
I'll call you Londo.
It's fine. I'm sure you'll mix it up, and he's gonna barely shrug. Anyway, so yes, you're all deeply aware of your averageness, but as a result, you sort of have a camaraderie in that. Everyone else on the leaderboard shifts around, and you hear people nattering about it. But you all know what you are. You're good at one thing, and you're happy with the one thing you're good at. Why bother with everything else? Basically. So yes, I think Sky, you're best to take it from here.
So, if you guys could go anywhere in time and space, where would you guys go?
Oh, that's a really hard one. I'd want to. I'd really want to study something interesting. Like I'm obsessed with biology, so anywhere what is it? I can't remember what it's called. The suckers.
The Zygons?
Yeah.
Because
I want to
Zygon
study the
homeworld.
Zygons. I
Because
want to study the Zygons. Yeah.
well, they are indeed shapeshifters, so I can imagine. Yes, they probably have a pretty acute understanding of biology.
Probably a little cheesy, but well, I've told you guys where I'm from, haven't I?
Yeah.
Ooh,
I one day, maybe not, definitely not today for sure, but I want to see my parents at least once.
Oh, you don't remember your parents either, do you?
I was really little when it happened, you know.
I can relate.
So at this moment, Nia is thinking in her head about Atticus not remembering her parents. Lucky, but knowing well enough not to say it out loud.
Not gonna respond to Danny's question.
um, um, um. The problem is there's so many plants everywhere. How do you choose? How do you narrow it down? I've heard that the Cambrian period of Earth there were only plants. That would be nice.
Wasn't everything big during that era?
Giant man-eating plants. Oh,
You need people when there are plants.
yeah.
Okay, not gonna lie. I heard that a bit after that there were also animals that were very large, so I wouldn't mind going there to learn about that.
You come for the plants, but you stay for the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Plants would probably all be the same. I'm sure the dinosaurs aren't as scary as people make them out to be. I mean, we're Time Lords.
Bit of regeneration energy will solve about anything that they can do to us.
I wonder how many forms we would have to.
How long that takes to get through it.
God.
Sorry, I believe that you're trying to speak.
I wasn't sorry.
That's alright. Take your time. It's okay.
Honestly, I don't know. Myself, at least. I've been a... Sorry, just...
That's right.
Like, I've been around, and yeah, like, I don't know. Personally, I don't know where I would want to go.
You want to go somewhere, surely. Like, just in general, even if you don't know the destination.
I like to travel.
Yeah, I mean, You don't need a destination. The journey is the important part.
I mean, you know, Danny has a point because, you know, as much as I'd like to see the plants in the Cambrian explosion in the Cambrian period, there's only so many plants then, whereas there's like hundreds of thousands of planets. I want to study all of it.
Yeah. You can only learn so much about one species before you gotta move on to another place. Yeah, I agree.
He's just thinking to himself, man, I want an olive. I would just want
That's all that's going
olives.
through Atticus' head. It's just, man, I miss olives.
Oh, I'm sorry, breaking character a bit, but that really reminded me of God of War Ragnarok. Any pre-Fimble winter foods that you miss from your homeland? Olives. The hell's an olive?
They're growing in
Oh,
olives
if
before.
someone asked Atticus that, his heart would break.
You know, I've never grown an olive before. Maybe if we went and grabbed some samples, I could grow an olive tree for you.
Just a whole olive orchard.
Atticus's eyes kind of light up.
I think
From
maybe that should
previous
be-
slight gloominess.
Yeah, sure. So if we could go anywhere, the first place we should go is to get an olive tree sample.
Up and down.
Well then. Want to go on a joyride?
What?
What?
Huh?
What?
A what?
You don't know what a joyride is?
A joyride implies that it is not permitted.
What?
I mean, technically no, but yeah, technically we're not supposed to. But who's gonna stop us?
I wish you'd notice you've been gone.
Mm.
The headmaster, the teachers. If it gets
Pretty
too
much
far,
anyone who
the High Council.
One moment. Pause really quickly.
Yes, sir.
Want to. Oh, hold on. I've got a.
Oh, it looks like my dinner's ready. So
Alright, no, that's
I
fine.
will
Go
be
do that. Yeah, that's fine.
back.
Perfect time to take a very quick break.
Mm.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I said I can see what you're typing, so yeah, that's fine. Sorry. Oh, yeah. No, that sounds perfect. Yeah, that's fine. You do it when Laura's back. That's definitely what you
I'll wait for Laura to get back. Yes.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. Oh, you know what? I'm totally going to make you roll for that, actually, because I got a great idea. I'm going to make you roll for that one. Laura comes back.
It was mostly just like a knowledge thing to know
Oh,
to
no.
say something like that.
I know it's a knowledge thing. I just want you to do it. You'll see why. You'll see why.
Oh no. Is someone gonna overhear?
Nah. That's always for me. You'll see. You'll see.
Okay.
Yeah. It's going to be, presence and subterfuge.
Huh?
Presence and subterfuge. You roll by adding an attribute stat, a skill stat, and 2d6s.
Wait, why? I was just saying that having that skill, I would probably think to say that.
No, I know. But there's a reason you're going to roll for it, and I'll explain why when you explain what's going on.
Okay. Oh. Okay, can you remind me what all of the stats do? Because I just saw.
I'll upload the reference sheet later, but yes, I'll vary. Yes, there's a reason I chose it.
Do we just start loading music?
I need elevator music.
Elevator music, yeah.
Yeah, that's alright.
Ding,
It doesn't take too long to get dinner, so it should be fine.
I was specifically doing. Oh God! I was specifically doing from Phineas and Ferb when they tried to be one-hit wonders.
Oh, I remember that one. I don't remember which abridged I heard it on, but I was thinking like this like waiting music that was playing like either I think it was like before the episode started, and it was just like really catchy. But and it sounded like elevator music. It was like
Back, Laura?
Yep.
So, it was, yeah. Do you want to say your thing first, guy, and then Gareth can say his thing?
Sure. You know, I was on a joyride before.
Really?
It's how I'm here.
I mean, how else would a TARDIS stumble in your path? But yes, the thing you're going to say, roll first, please, for prisoners and subterfuge.
what am I rolling?
It's always 2d6s plus the things. So it's your presence number on your sheet plus your subterfuge number plus whatever you get on your 2d6s.
Oh, by the way, if anyone can hear me chewing, let me know and I'll mute.
No,
while
you're
I'm-
fine.
I need a good website to dice roll on.
Yeah, sorry.
dnddiceroller.com.
All right, 2d6s. Oh, and it says plus to total.
Yes.
What would
Yours is,
how do I?
you
Look on your
you
character
just
sheet for that.
you could also just add the numbers of what you already have.
All right.
If you
I rolled a 4 and a 3.
So that's 7 plus your numbers.
Which numbers were they?
Presence and subterfuge.
Okay. Like all together, the 4, the 6.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the
yeah. Add
other
it
2?
all together. Yeah.
Okay, give me 1 second.
That'd be 17 if it's those two numbers.
Huh?
Yes, I'm pretty sure it's 17 in total.
Not what I got.
What have you got? What's your total? 7 plus 9.
You said
6.
presence and subterfuge, right?
I think it's 16 actually. If your dice total was 7, yeah. Pretty sure it's 16.
4.
It was 9 plus 7.
16.
Yeah, 16. Yeah, that's what is known as an overwhelming success. Basically, what you're about to say next is said with the confidence of someone who definitely knows how they can do what you're about to suggest.
Well, I mean, guys, technically, given that it is a time machine, we could take it, go wherever we wanted, and then just pop it back a second later. No one would notice.
Works on linear beings, but we're Time Lords. Surely they'd notice, wouldn't they? You notice that Nia is sounding very doubtful, starting to sound quite doubtful about
Well, they
the
never noticed before.
Time Lords notice.
Yes, exactly. You know, you can't prove a negative.
Kids shrugs and go, well, you know, I'm hopeless with tech, so
I
you
mean,
can say anything, and I would believe you about this.
I mean, there's things that I've done that the school's not caught on to yet.
What do you mean by that?
So, does someone want to try and check what he means by that?
I will.
Okay, I would like you to do awareness and intuition.
Awareness, intuition.
Yes, this is
okay.
basically what's known as a general perception check.
I got the maximum I could get.
Okay, which is Do tell me when you roll 6s and 1s, by the way, in general.
Well, I rolled 2 6s.
Blimey, okay. That's
I
already...
got a total.
There you go.
I got a total of 19.
Jesus Christ. So, you realise that in all the time that you've known Thor, he's basically never tried anything in terms of his subjects, aside from biology, that he has an interest in. To the point that you don't recall him scoring higher than a 0 in most tests. Which is odd, because the math definitely checks out that there isn't an average person, even if he was getting 100% in his biology studies.
What I was trying to say is, how is Thor still middle of the pack, neck and neck with you guys, given all this information?
Yes, exactly.
Wait. Actually, yeah, like. So, how are you? Average? Like...
Okay, let's say I'm not
Atticus just
that...
very, very plainly and very like monotone goes, Londo.
So my grades aren't real. Besides my biology one, that one's real.
What have
But-
you done?
Londo.
I've been editing my grades.
Nia looks at you disapprovingly.
Okay, I would have dropped out a long time ago if not for that.
Atticus side eyes you.
And again, orphan.
Look, I'm just not good at anything outside of biology. I barely made it in to the academy. Like, I think I scored the minimum requirement.
Uh-huh.
I'll be gone week 1.
We barely started out, we were about to lose a party member already.
I suppose they've never really noticed that it was me that's been smuggling plants into the important meeting areas.
They really are negligent, aren't they?
Mm.
They're not going to notice a missing TARDIS.
I mean, if I can alter my grades and you can sneak in plants, what else can we get away with?
Probably a lot, most likely.
Why have I never thought of this before? Quick reminder that my character's not generally that smart.
Also, how would you be able to pilot a TARDIS anyway?
Dani's just going to grab the chain that's currently around her neck and pull it up, revealing a key.
What is...
Where'd you get Atticus? Atticus looks at it and goes, "Where'd you get that?"
What is that? Is that what I think it might be?
Dani's going to put the key, tuck the key back in and just say, "Yeah, it's a TARDIS key."
Whose TARDIS key? And how?
I suggested we go on a joyride. I haven't flown it yet. I didn't want to risk it until we became Time Lords, but...
For everyone's benefit, by the way, the TARDIS key will currently look like this.
Oh, that's actually really cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah. It's a classic design of a TARDIS key. But it's very distinct in terms of what it looks like. That's clearly not a random key.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
I have a necklace of one of those somewhere.
Yeah, they're great.
Atticus thinks like, so why do we need to do this now then?
Well, being out there in the field is better experience than being in these walls.
Definitely for improving your grades and no other reason.
I mean, to be fair, if we had a TARDIS, we could study on some of the things that we're not doing so great on for as long as we would need to.
Yeah, but would we though? Would we?
Wait, what do you mean?
Would we actually use it to study?
I'm just gonna make something blow up, and you know how I feel about that.
It's a
Atticus says
time
they shudders.
machine. It's a time machine. We'd have plenty of time to study and goof off.
We would have time, but would we?
I mean, not all the time, no.
They say travel broadens the mind, Mia.
Off and on.
Atticus shudders a bit when he thinks about having experienced another explosion.
This is a bad idea. I want it on the record. I think this is a bad idea. Someone
I
needs
think that
to
it
keep
is
an eye
a
on you.
fantastic idea.
And I will clearly note that Mia thinks this is a bad idea, but it's still coming along anyway.
Someone needs to keep an eye on you.
Well,
That's
to
the
be
only
fair,
reason.
To be fair, Nia feels like they're the most responsible person in the room. They gotta look after this band of misfits.
Someone's got to.
Someone's gotta keep them in line.
So I assume everyone is somewhat.
Someone's going to make you stop you from blowing up all of time.
Blowing up.
Wait, that's a thing?
What happened?
Hold on, that's a thing.
Yes.
I feel just at the mention of the word blow, Atticus is just shivering.
I just love the fact that since my character would have such very little knowledge about the other subjects, they'd be like, "Wait, you can accidentally do that? What?"
Do you know how many methods you could use just a TARDIS for to blow up time? There are 100 different ways you could blow up time with just a single TARDIS.
What?
When did they
Can you
teach
please
us
stop
this?
saying blow up?
Wait, hold on. How do they know though?
Most of these are slight variations on the same thing, but
Hold
it's
on,
still
but how do they know though if they haven't done it?
I it's in the books.
How is it in the books if no one has ever blown up time before?
I feel like we're going to cut off this conversation because it's getting dangerously close to. Well, why don't we try and see if it happens?
No, my character is mostly
Let's
like,
test
wait a
it."
second, if there's no precedent for it because time still exists, then how can they know that it would cause time to
No,
not
I get
exist?
you. It's just the issue is it's a circular argument that I don't think it's going to go anywhere.
So,
Time.
I think they're talking on a theoretical standpoint, not a practical one.
Yes.
We'll be fine.
I think
Well, convincing enough for me.
since everyone is some shade of on board for this, I suppose it is time for Dani to show you which TARDIS specifically that key belongs to.
Well then.
I mean, my character would also mention to Atticus that we could go and see Atticus's parents.
Atticus is silent at this and looks at his necklace.
Do you want to describe the necklace, actually? I don't know if people are familiar with it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I never mentioned the necklace, have I?
No, go ahead.
He's like, I wonder if this necklace, maybe I could find them.
Like some kind of family crest potentially.
It was like one of the only things that Atticus had on him.
So it could potentially be like a family crest. For all Atticus knows.
Pretty much, yes.
Yes.
I'm always nervous to say he, because I don't really want people to think that I'm talking about Rhyme.
No. It's
But-
fine. You're fine.
Okay.
No, I understand, because Atticus is a boy, so.
Yes.
Don't worry about it. Anyway, do you want me to say the lead, Sky, or shall you?
You can take the lead
Okay.
on this one.
So-
You would know better where it was coming.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So, yes, Dani will guide this band of misfits down a corridor and to an elevator. And as you're headed to the right floor, you do all realise you know what floor this is. It's where you do your practical lessons on Time Lord engineering, specifically stuff on how to operate TARDISes. I'm sure Nia would be more familiar than anyone else about what goes on here.
Are you sure they won't notice us taking one of these?
We've got hundreds of TARDISes here.
And each one of them is unique in their own way.
I mean, again, pop it back a second later.
Oh.
But yes, when you finally arrive, um, it's a big TARDIS bay. That's low. It's basically like the equivalent of a car park, but for TARDISes, and they each have a dedicated area of the. It's a very wide, expansive ground floor with pillars, but specifically each pillar is a TARDIS because that is what a base default TARDIS looks like. It's basically just this big stone pillar. It's cylindrical and completely smooth stone, and then there is a rectangular door shape that will slide open with a little keyhole. And the one that Dani heads to, you notice, is the one that your classes are always going to, because this is the practical lesson TARDIS, as it were. It's always been there.
I'm still curious how you got the key.
I don't want to know.
Then ask no questions and I'll share no lies.
But yes,
You know what? That's fair given my situation.
so as you go to open up the TARDIS, I would like you to do a roll for me.
Yep.
Could you do awareness and technology?
Awareness technology, okay.
All of us? All of us?
No, actually, no, awareness transport, actually, would be better. No, it's only Danny's going to be able to notice this.
I think I've got an idea what this is about.
So that's a total of a 16, no ones or sixes.
Okay. So, as you go to open it, you notice that, like, when you took this key, you definitely locked the TARDIS first. You didn't want anyone taking it, just in case. But, like, when you put it in, you notice it turns smoother than it should.
Oh, I called it. I knew what this was. So, has anyone actually watched the episode that I mentioned the other day?
I'm confused.
Okay, like, so out of character,
Yeah.
obviously, because my character would not know this, but since TARDISes are alive and sentient, the Doctor's TARDIS, when given a physical body, she says, she stole him, not the other way around. Basically,
Oh, I see where this is going.
So, it's like
A
this TARDIS is a
TARDIS
little impatient to be stolen,
a
yes.
TARDIS that's locked up, or in like a repair bay, or just parked like indefinitely, might have like a very adventurous streak and just be waiting to go off somewhere.
Well, that's weird.
Yeah, no sooner have you, like, pulled the key back out of the lock, the door immediately slides open. Just wide open so you can all enter in immediately.
What?
Well, if we're gonna steal a TARDIS, at least it's this one. This one has a really nice engine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How can you tell?
It just, it purrs in the right way.
Yes, in fact, now I'm not even going to make you roll for this. You know that this is a Type 50 TARDIS. It's not top of the line, you wouldn't expect that for practical lessons, but it's pretty decent. But the more notable thing is, because it's never been field tested, essentially, it's basically in pristine condition.
Yeah.
It's,
And also,
yeah.
he is the kind of nerd that thinks every single TARDIS has something special about them.
Well, I mean, that's true. They're all living things, after all.
Yeah.
But yes, when you enter, I think Dani is the one who's going to notice it most, considering that Dani was the last one you visited. The console room looks different to the last time you were in here. It's an incredibly audacious chamber, almost like a church, with all sorts of bookcases and cabinets of things lining the walls, and this incredible console in the centre with all not just all sorts of buttons, but a little bit more than it usually has if it's really trying to show off.
Wow, whoever designed this console? must have been really talented.
It
Would
wasn't like this
Atticus
when I was
recognize
last.
any of this stuff?
Mhm.
It's like lining the walls.
So
Other than the console, because you would not know about the console.
My character's just walking around looking at everything, like examining everything, just being like in awe of such the spaciousness of this.
Nia is caught between wanting to check out the engine
I
and
don't
then
do you
go,
know?
sorry,
Atticus?
you were saying what was like lining the walls. Sorry.
Yeah, like the bookcases and stuff. The cases and all that.
So did you say what specifically, or just like which parts specifically? So you talking
Would
about?
you
Yeah. Sorry. Would you recognize anything?
would you recognize anything? Yeah.
Does
Um,
anything pop out to Atticus specifically in
Well-
this room?
well, you notice that again. The TARDIS seems to be trying to impress you. So when you go over to a nearby bookcase, you realise that all the books are on different eras of Earth history, for example.
I'm guessing my character winds up in the biology section.
Atticus kind of kind of scans over the titles of all these books, and he recognizes his home language. Lots of these books are from Italy, his homeland.
Mm.
This wasn't like this when I last popped in here.
My character just begins like looking over the books and looks very conflicted, like he doesn't really know where to start.
Nia immediately begins like checking up on the engine because like if we're gonna go on a joyride in this TARDIS, she wants to make sure that everything's working fine.
Totally the only reason.
Could I have from
Literally
Nia,
no fondling of the engine going on.
yes, as you're moving, could I have you do an awareness and what do we think? Yeah, awareness and technology check for me.
Okay, that's one of them's a 1.
I could do transport if that's better.
No, I mean the roll.
Oh yeah. Oh, one of the rolls. Oh, blow. Okay. Yeah.
Oh dear.
They got a 5 and a 1.
Okay.
So 11 and technology was it? 16 in total.
16 with a 1. Okay. No, that's still plenty. Basically, you're about to like leave the console room to go check on the engines, and then you hear a shunk. And when you turn around, you notice that there's a very out of place table that's popped up out of the ground. Basically, it's a metal table with so it's sort of it's almost like a tree in terms of it grows out of the ground and then it's a big flat surface on top, and on that surface are 2 plush cushions. On one of them are 3 more TARDIS keys, and on the other are 3 bracelets.
Well, that was nice of it. Atticus says.
My character hasn't even noticed. My character is still like just completely
Atticus-
obsessed poring over all the books.
Atticus was startled by the noise of it sprouting out. So
My character honestly hasn't noticed. My character's like literally sitting on the floor with a book open, just looking through at the different creatures contained within.
I go and pocket a key and then I want to examine the bracelet things.
Sure. Let me have a look. I think it'll be ingenuity and technology for that one. Just in terms of trying to work out what it is.
$18.
Okay, yeah. No, with your experience with TARDISes and all the sorts of gadgetry they have, you realise what this is a bracelet that's basically meant to help people navigate inside of a TARDIS. And they're all at factory settings, but as you try to pick one up, you realise it basically attunes to you. And if you put it on, it'll actually point you towards the console room that you made while in this TARDIS in a previous practical lesson.
Okay, this TARDIS is a classy individual. Not my
Atticus-
character saying that, by the way.
Well,
Atticus stares at the bracelet, kind of dumbfounded.
My character still hasn't even noticed that any of that exists. My character is just invested in the book that he's got.
I pat the wall and go, thanks, darling.
Oh, no, that's cute.
Danny's just gonna walk up to Mia. Well, I guess you guys are also getting watches.
It's worth mentioning that your version is a lot more advanced than theirs. It's just for very base navigation, to be clear. Your one's a more... Danny's got a more souped up one, specifically, but yeah.
When did you get yours? Did you already have yours, Danny?
Well, let's just say on my previous joyride I got lost a lot.
Did you go out? So you've taken this TARDIS specifically before?
Oh, no, this isn't the TARDIS we've been in. We were in the joyride, but
Oh, okay.
let's just say that my one is a lot older than what you guys got.
It has received some upgrades since.
Well,
I'm so lost. Is this thing? Atticus as he holds up his bracelet.
My character eventually notices that everybody's off in one part of the room, puts up the book and goes over, and I'm just like, what did I miss? I got a little bit invested in something. Like, just suddenly notices that he's all alone.
Atticus asks again, "What is this?"
it's bracelets is the TARDIS's gift to us. It'll help us get around the TARDIS.
Yeah, it's basically an Apple Watch specifically for in-tide TARDIS navigation.
My character picks one up and looks at it and is just like, huh. Do TARDISes normally do things like this?
Do you know, they normally don't until they unless they get to know their pilot and start to like them. I've not heard of a TARDIS giving one of these to someone that they've only just met.
What does that mean?
I don't want to.
Does that mean
think
it
about
trusts us?
Isn't he just reluctant to admit that she knows what's happening?
Yeah. Oh, fuck, we're gonna get in so much trouble. Mother's gonna be so angry. Wait, Mother's gonna be so angry. Come on, let's get out of here.
That's the spirit!
I didn't notice. No, did you say you wanted to at least go and have a quick check of the engine rooms?
Yeah, I still want to go check the engine.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Does anyone want to come with, or
So are these spare keys for us?
I would
no-
assume so.
there's no need
No.
for duplicates?
That I
Atticus very, very sarcastically says, "I don't see another group of 3 people."
No, I thought there
My
was.
character just kind of glares at Atticus and is
No, I
just like,
actually thought
it's
one
like,
of.
well, sorry that we can't all be the sharpest tool in the shed.
It is, so go
I
ahead.
actually thought that one of these was for Fernie, and Nia pulls out a fern from her pocket, like a large fern.
Doesn't even have opposable thumbs.
My character angrily snatches up a key and just kind of follows Nia into the next room.
Okay. But yeah, like, basically, the watch, you don't need to tap anything, but, like, if you know where you want to go, it will just
It's
start...
kind of like an intrinsic knowledge kind of thing.
It will just start basically giving you, like, a flashing arrow that'll direct you where you want to move to.
Atticus hesitantly slips it on, despite not quite understanding what it is. And as the arrows start flashing, he starts heading off
Yeah, it's
Danny's just going
where
to...
it leads him.
Yeah, because it's worth mentioning, you might not all go the same way if you're thinking of different places you want to go in the TARDIS.
Okay, I have to message Atlas quickly.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Danny's just going to tap a few things on her bracelet, and immediately she disappears.
Nia does not notice because she's already on her way to the engine room.
Atticus is already on his way to what he
Somewhere
what he
different.
thinks is his somewhere quiet, basically. Wait, I have a question. Are the concert rooms already like personalized to us?
It will be the ones that you've already made during a previous practical lesson.
Okay.
Because this is the TARDIS that we've all
Well,
been in for our practical lessons previously in
and
previous
will it
classes.
be like, and it will what be what I had in mind already, basically?
It won't be as detailed as what we already discussed, but it will be at least. It'll be at least the basis of what you had in mind. Yes. So like the space will be in the right way, but it won't have all the like furnishings and fittings, basically.
Alright. So it'll be like, am I allowed to say what it was?
But yeah, that's more than fine.
So it will be like an empty museum, basically.
Oh, that's awesome. So basically, Atticus is just going to be collecting things on each of our adventures to put in.
I was going to say, by the way, do anyone want to find out what just happened with Dani? Or are you just all like, well, Dani just disappeared?
Well, my character is obviously going to investigate. What do I got to roll for that?
Okay, you're going to have a hard time with this. Actually,
It's awareness, isn't it?
it will be awareness. Awareness and technology, I'm sorry.
Oh, no!
You are free to use story points at any point to either reroll, give yourself advantage. I'll tell you if you fail.
2d6. I rolled a 1 and a 6.
Okay, they cancel each other out.
Okay, but I rolled a 1 and a 6, and adding that with the rest of my stats. That's 10.
Okay.
You said technology and awareness, right?
Yes, I did.
That's 10.
That he's not dead. That's about as much as you can claim.
Atticus pulls out his little sketchbook and starts just as this blank canvas of a room almost draws out a bit of inspiration.
Oh, I had a thought.
Yeah.
So, not sure if anyone else is like fully aware of this, but there are a few traits that Time Lords, specifically Gallifreyan Time Lords, have.
You
have to be more specific than that.
Well, one of those is telepathy. I was wondering if I could telepathically reach out to see if I can talk to Dani.
I'm trying to recall. So, do you know if Dani is able to use telepathy, yes or not? Can't remember if we discussed that already.
Currently, she can't use telepathy, but she is aware that. Yeah, actually, no, she can't currently use telepathy. She, the skill that we had for it, I'm not high enough in it yet.
Gotcha. I think if Thor was to open the channel, at least she might be able to.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is
Yeah.
I could just open the channel.
Sure, I will allow that. Yes.
What do I need to roll?
You won't need to as a distinction.
Oh, okay.
You just do that. Yep, that's fine.
Just telepathically reach out and be like, Dani, are you okay? Where'd you go? Just mentally.
Do I actually hear? Can I actually?
You would hear me in your head, yes.
The TARDIS is itself telepathic, so it would be able to carry the signal. Yes.
I'm just gonna using the bracelet that I've got. I'm just gonna send a message. Just says, "I'm okay. I'm not dead."
Dani's okay, guys.
No one else is there. We've all vanished.
No, I was following Nia though, wasn't I?
Okay. I'm good.
So, to be clear, like this entire time he's been following Nia. He's just been like panicking the entire walk, like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Nia's
Just
gonna
thinking,
stand
what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Oh yeah,
That's
telepathy.
good.
Atticus is just vibing.
Yeah. So Atticus is vibing in his own room, and Dani is somewhere.
Meanwhile, Nia and Londo, Dusk, Neo and
It's fine.
Nia and Dusk are on the way to the engine room.
Indeed. So the engine room. I would like actually
In which I imagine Nia has told Dusk not to touch anything
No,
along the way.
I'm gonna give you Fernie to hold while we're in there.
I just imagine that Nia would have just sternly looked at my character upon hearing, that he's completely hopeless in any subject that isn't biology, to maybe not touch anything.
Well, you can touch the plant. That's biology.
Yeah, look how
Well, yeah.
funny.
But yes, I would like both of
Nia
you.
was ever so kind as to give him a task in this area that he is of no use in. He
So-
gets to hold Nia's plant.
Could both of you roll for me awareness and technology? Actually, no, awareness
yeah.
and. No, yeah, awareness and technology, please. Both of you, for when you're entering the engine room.
So 16, but one of my things was a 1.
The 16
Okay,
with
so
a
I
1
got-
is pretty fucking good,
So
to
I
be
got a
honest.
2 and a 4.
Okay.
So hold on. That would be 9, wouldn't it? Just one
Yeah.
less than the last roll.
Sure, okay. You know it's the engine room. That's about as much as you can glean.
That's less.
I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I'm clapping.
No, Nia's. Yeah. Sorry.
I'm just saying your total is less than I add on to my dice roll.
Okay. If I'm allowed to say this, if I'm allowed to say this, I have a technology score of 1.
Oh.
I'm not hopeless. It's not a 0.
You're better than Atticus.
Anyway,
Atticus is 0.
no,
I will also say this.
Spoiler alert: Atticus is the kind of guy to smash on a key a few times, the wrong key every single time, and then just throw it at somebody else to do it.
Anyway.
Awareness is also one of my 2 lowest attributes.
That's going to be a real problem for you because awareness and intuition is the perception check for like most things.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, that is
well,
what.
intuition I've got a 2 in, so that's like 1 more than my technology.
Anyway, so yes, you, Dusk, do just go. Oh yes, this is definitely the engine room. I know what an engine looks like. But
I'm just holding the plant, trying to convince myself that I'm helping.
anyway, Mia, on the other hand, so it is a very beautiful engine room as you expect it to be, and it actually, almost shamefully, is perfectly clean. There's barely any grime on it.
This TARDIS is peacocking us. I actually say it to Nia, I think, I'm like, I think this TARDIS is peacocking.
It's not.
And
Sorry.
why wouldn't she look at you? You're gorgeous.
I'm sorry. I just had to bring out a biology pun somewhere.
But the bigger issue is not just that it's like showing off, you realise, it's more that it's literally just never been used. Is the issue. The reason it looks so brand new is because it essentially is.
I just feel like I should have said that back when the bracelets appeared. I should have said, is it peacocking us?
No, there's nothing better than realising you had the perfect joke and you missed the opportunity.
Yeah.
But yes, the other thing you notice, Nia, because of your awareness with engine rooms, is for a Type 50 there's something wrong with it.
Can I tell what it is?
You can tell where it is, yes. So, basically, in this large engine room with all the different gears and machines and stuff, you notice one of the sections, which is specifically about... It's basically the part that dictates what the TARDIS can do outside of the control of its pilots, basically, because, of course, all TARDIS is sentient. It's got some sort of lock or something bolted onto it manually.
Can I tell what the lock does? Like, does it restrict the TARDIS's freedom, or does it give them more?
Ingenuity and technology, please.
17.
it's clearly limiting the TARDIS, like, quite a lot. From what you can gather, the reason this lock is on it is to prevent it from trying to leave.
Oh, so this is a very individualistic TARDIS. This is a very
It's a rebel. It's a rebel.
Ooh.
yeah. This is like a TARDIS with like a majorly
Yeah, majorly.
bombastic personality. Like it's very. I don't know what a word for it would
This
be.
TARDIS has been leashed, basically.
I'm going to immediately try and find a way to take it off, and I'm just going to go, oh, you poor baby, what have they done to you?
Okay, out of character. I'm just saying. I would do the same thing. I don't blame Nia at all because. I mean, again, my character would probably do the same thing.
Yeah, I do want to, like, slightly out of character mention this, by the way, because I was making the TARDIS character sheet today, and I was distributing stats, and I just give it max charisma, basically. It's got 6 in presence. That's the reason it's showing off.
That's great.
But yes, so, you want to basically try and find a way to remove this lock.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make you roll again, because you've already worked out what this lock is. You realise that whoever put this down honestly probably knows more than you do about TARDIS engineering, unfortunately. Yes, you're very good at it, but you're not even quite sure how they even did this, because you've never seen a device like this used on a TARDIS before. Like, it's very rare for a TARDIS to have such a strong personality that they have to use a device like this to lock it down.
I have to do some research.
Dun dun dun.
But yes, you get the feeling that part of the reason it's trying to entice you is in the hope that you can try and free it, essentially.
Oh, I have to say, like when she said research, I just imagined like thunder in the background,
Flash of lightning.
like just very badass, like Frankenstein vibes of we must do research.
Yeah. I think we should gather everyone together now.
Sure, I will say that you can use the bracelet thing to give, like, messages to people if you want to get the group together, since not everyone's got telepathy.
Our Apple smartwatches have a group chat.
Yes, it's got a WhatsApp
And
group.
it currently has one unread message.
Oh, checking.
Oh, check.
It was just me saying, I'm okay, I'm not dead.
Oh, then that was read by me, remember? from earlier.
Read by him, but
It wasn't read by Nia, though.
yeah.
My character would have read it immediately,
I did,
because my
yeah.
character was the one fretting about it.
So yes, I assume you're basically just going to invite everyone to come join you in the engine room?
Actually, I'm gonna. Yeah.
It's up to you, sorry, I didn't mean to...
No, yeah, I will.
All personnel to engine room.
Yelling.
Get your butts here 5 minutes ago.
No, you time
I've
travel
been here
with
the
the
whole
time.
time. Does that?
Yes, good job, Dusk.
taking good care of Fernie.
I would like to. Okay, for those not aware, I would like to mention that my character is effectively, I guess you could say, similar to Krunk in this scenario from the Emperor's New Groove.
Sorry.
High physical attributes, low mind attributes.
Yeah,
Soul to the fern, Dusk.
Anyway, sorry, you're trying to say a thing, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I keep getting talked over.
No, it's okay.
No,
No, I
I'm
understand.
completely sorry. I will turn you up so I can hear you better.
Also, I'm going to turn you down as well, guys. You are quite speaking out. Yeah, I am aware, Ryan, and I do want to stress that I am, like, cognizant, and I will definitely, like, go, wait, can we give Ryan a second to talk? So don't worry about
If
it.
anyone needs me to quiet down, just DM me really quickly, and I'll hear the ping and just be like, oh.
Yes, it's okay. What were you going to say, Ryan? It's alright.
Atticus was in the middle of plotting out a new sketch when he notices that he got a message and he just kind of rolls his eyes. I was like, I was just getting to the good part.
just your watch just vibrating with each message. Just like, oh, for goodness sake.
Yeah, Atticus is just like, oh God, and then just gets up and it just kind of stuffs his back to his pockets and just kind of starts walking over.
Jeez, Mom, can I discussion peace?
I assume in Danny's case, walking's too pedestrian.
And in Danny's case, she not it's too pedestrian. She will get lost.
Of course.
What happened?
Danny's gotten lost.
Oh.
How do you get lost when you have a bracelet? That's
Clearly, it's not good enough. The TARDIS itself, recognizing the importance, is basically going to very gently reorder and reshape the corridors to direct you to the engine room.
Man, if only all ships were like this in like shows and stuff, no one would ever have any problems.
But yes.
Definitely wouldn't have any situations like in Noah Zero.
I know you're right. Anyway, I'm gonna say, yeah, after about like 10-15 minutes, you are finally all collected. Yes,
Which I imagine Nia is not happy about because she said 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, and then Nia is currently sitting on the floor, sitting next to the lock thing with this absolutely enormous manual in front of her.
You'll both of you will also notice that Londo / Thor is just intently caring after the plant that was given to him. Just trying really hard to do well.
Atticus almost asks what Nia's reading, but as soon as he notices the contents of it look like complete gibberish to him, he decides it's probably best to leave the expert to their task.
It has a diagram that's in 10 dimensions.
It's leading out of the book.
Mr. Zero Technology over here, zero in technology skills over here. Just decides he's gonna leave you two with it.
Why did I get more in technology than you did? I don't even
because
remember.
I wanted to make Atticus like literally like the old guy who's like, oh, these kids with their newfangled tech.
No, I'm just trying. I'm mostly just trying to remember why Isla had me put 1 in technology.
You needed a way to be able to hack your grades.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's also you did grow up around the technology, so it makes sense for you to have at least like basic knowledge.
That is fair.
I was born in.
You were born before technology existed.
And you have no interest in improving your knowledge of that area.
And no, yeah, he's a little too stubborn.
But yes, for the Neanderthals.
Now I have to mention this because Atticus was at Pompeii. Does this technically mean that the Doctor and Donna intentionally effectively killed Atticus's family?
I wouldn't say intentionally, no. I'll explain that later.
And Atticus, it's not like Atticus knows.
Anyway, sorry, Liaris, I'm gonna shut.
That episode did happen at Pompeii.
I think we're getting a bit off track.
Yeah, Liaris, I was trying to shut you down because Laura's trying to speak.
My bad.
Is that
right? Well, I was just wanted to say something out of character, in that I dispute the idea that the Roman period was pre-technology because the Romans had lots of really good advanced for the time technology. Sorry.
Oh yeah, they were just one of the first civilizations to have like plumbing, like full-on plumbing.
To be fair, Atticus was also 5 at the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was also 5,
I will
so I didn't
counter
even
that.
know about that.
So if you
counter that by
contact,
saying that the Egyptians invented conveyor belts.
I'm not saying the Egyptians didn't invent really good stuff. I'm just I do historical
Romans also
Roman,
did.
I do Roman historical reenactment, so I'm a bit of a nerd. Nia doesn't care, but
Oh no! I was mostly just saying that to put down my previous comment on the technology thing.
Anyway.
well, let's get back on track.
Yeah, Nia, do you want to explain to the Neanderthals what the problem is?
Nia is so fucking angry at right now. She's like, have you seen this? Have you seen it? Pointing at this lock, which I assume none of you have any clue.
I've not bothered to explain.
My character raises his
Just
hand.
looks at it and just
I just don't know what it is.
Atticus nods, he's like, that's a lock.
Like my character raises his hand and is like, I've been seeing it, still don't know what it is.
Danny
Atticus is like,
eventually
"That is a lock."
turns. Sorry.
That was all I wanted to say.
Yeah, no, Tony, go ahead.
Danny eventually turns up Someday I'm going to invent a way to get this to teleport me anywhere in a TARDIS and not just between console rooms.
Just mention that casually.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway, yes,
Well,
you, Dani, would probably be able to know what's going on based on Nia's frustration.
Something wrong with the engine?
some bastard has shackled this beautiful
Just trying to work it.
masterpiece. Yes, they've basically. It's like if someone, as you said, Atticus, it's a lock. It's like if someone put shackles around your wrist and connected them to shackles around your leg.
Okay, I have to mention a biology thing there. My character would say something about, also some kind of neuroinhibitor.
Yes, essentially.
So it's stopping the TARDIS from flying, or it's stopping the TARDIS from flying on its own?
On its own. It can be flown by a pilot.
So it's like a leash. Again, my character knowing a lot about biology and animals and stuff.
Just releasing the TARDIS to a dog, basically.
You can't just leash a TARDIS. They're a being of
Wait, is it more like a leash or a muzzle?
dimensions.
No, I think leash is the better. It's being tied down
No,
to
no,
a
no. My
pole.
character is like asking Nia.
Well, a leash.
Okay.
It doesn't stop it from barking, to use your metaphor.
Gotcha.
The word metaphor is said with utter disdain.
So what you're saying is that it's instead easier to fly, but if shit hits the fan, then we need to. Yeah, we're on our own.
Yes.
Are the hats on?
Hmm?
Are the hats on?
Let me just check. Are they on?
Do you want to refer? I could just tell you.
I imagine that would be a simple check.
Yeah. No, the hats are on, but they're basically locked into the most restrictive.
Setting.
Well, it's the most restrictive setting possible. It's basically at the slightest hint of more than average danger, leave.
Yeah.
Oh.
Overly sensitive, basically.
So it's like in most situations where we could have run back to the TARDIS in the show, the TARDIS would have already been gone.
Yeah.
So I relay that. And I'm like, that's not really ideal.
No, like hats being on is a good thing. But that restrictive, that sensitive.
It's like if we went
I
to
mean, to be fair, this is meant for field classes, I guess, but like, still.
You're not wanting to use it for field classes.
What's that?
You're not wanting to use it for field classes.
I mean, we're going out into the field.
No, but you want to go slightly off route, so.
right, we need to figure out a way to get this thing off it. And I don't think we're going to do that on Gallifrey.
That's fair.
If you want, I'm happy for you to roll for like at least a pointer on how to try and remove the lock.
Sure.
Multiple people can try to do this, by the way. It would be ingenuity and knowledge.
I
Thing is, I have 10 in both. I have 5 in both.
I honestly shouldn't try to do this, but I still will.
You're all welcome to try. Yep, go ahead.
Just as a quick sidebar, I
17 for
don't know if I
me.
mentioned this
17.
before.
Blimey. Okay.
17 for me as
I don't
well.
know how Atticus would know this, but...
No, I'll explain why. Don't worry.
17 for me as well, and one of them's a 6.
This isn't something that Dani would be interested in, so Dani is not rolling.
Okay, and I think apparently someone wants to try, even if they probably won't get anything good out of it. 9. Okay. You have identified it is a very complex lock. But
Oh, wait. Yeah, 9, never mind.
yeah, okay. As for Atticus and the reason specifically that Atticus is going to identify, the problem is that it's not just like a mechanical lock. there is potentially a password of some description that would free it, but what it more seems like is that it's a multi-layered lock. So there is a mechanical part to this, but there is also a temporal part to this. There is also a, it requires possibly a biological component. It clearly needs many layers because whoever put this lock on it wanted to make sure no one could try to remove it by accident.
I'll be right
Atticus
back
looks-
because I'm smelling food.
Alright.
Atticus looks at it as like, this is very interesting.
Yeah.
It looks like it needs a password as well, but not just any password.
No, obviously that needs to be decoded. And you see that mechanism there? That's more of a physical mechanism, the sort you might get from like, a primitive, more primitive lock. But that's in the fourth dimension.
He's recognized some of the language on it, but he can't. It's so like jumbled with other multiple languages. He's unable to. It would take time for sure to ever figure anything out of it.
I was going to say, I think I'm going to wait for Liara to return. It usually doesn't take too long, just because it's going to be very plot relevant.
All right. I hope they'll be back soon.
No, it doesn't take too long. Okay. But yes, I do want to say, by the way, Ramo will try and be a lot more conscious, because everyone's clearly very excited about trying to be conscious of people who clearly want to talk. And don't hesitate to just shoot me a message like I'm trying to say something.
Right.
And I'll try to re-steer the conversation. Because the issue is that, unlike with D&D, there's no initiative orders or anything like that.
Right.
So it is very much free-for-all, unfortunately.
I'm not good at free for all.
Yeah, no, that's why.
Assertive.
That's why I'm here.
One of the downsides of doing this online is it's harder to tell when someone's trying to talk.
Yeah, you can't raise your hand or something.
Or
Right.
literally see them opening their mouth.
Try to open the mouth. Yeah, I can see the green circles flashing when people are trying to talk. At least that's how I'm doing it. But yeah, I think I know where I'm going with this now. Because yeah, literally, when I was doing the character creation for the title, I was like, oh, this would be really funny if it's got a lock on it, and then all of you guys can try and free it. Makes the most sense. It will make it a character in itself. It might be a while. I'm happy to just recap from after. The only thing I was going to say basically is, as you're all mulling over this lock, you notice the engine room start. Oh well, there you are. It's back
Sorry,
now.
what all did I miss?
No, it's fine. You didn't miss anything. I was trying to deliberately stall for you.
Sorry,
That's fine. Basically, all I was going to say is. Yes, sir.
I'm on my banana nut muffins.
Ah, very nice. I
From
was
scratch.
Anyway, I was going to say, as you're all mulling over this lock, you suddenly realise that the engine around you is groaning, as if the TARDIS is trying to start up, to try and get moving, but obviously the lock is preventing it. You can literally see a gear turning underneath the lock and keep jamming.
Alright, my character turns to Dani
Mm.
and is like, the longer we take to get this all started, the more this thing is probably gonna feel tied down. We should probably come up with a place to go.
Oh god, the longer we take, the more likely we are to be caught.
Yes,
Oh,
you,
yeah,
you haven't left at this point, yes.
Like,
Yeah.
my
So what you're-
character was more thinking of the cruelty of having a dog leashed to a fence and then putting its food bowl right out of reach.
Pretty much.
That's what my character was drawing on.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you need me to just get us anywhere.
Yeah,
On
Good.
it. Danny's just
I feel like it would appreciate it.
on it. Danny's just gonna tap a few things on her bracelet. Again,
Just being
instant.
real empathic about the whole thing.
She's going to then instantly disappear, and about 15-20 seconds later, actually start flying the TARDIS.
Alright, just one moment.
Empathy.
start. I just want to check something.
Mm-hmm.
Are you plotting a specific location, or are you just trying anything?
I mean, I've got a slight general idea.
Okay.
You might kiss there then,
Say.
right? Do you think Atticus should be there then?
I mean, you can still send them. The issue is that Dani's the only one who can teleport between console rooms, but you could at least go to the main one and hope that Danny's there if you haven't got an idea. Or you could send a message via the thing.
I feel like Atticus should be there if they're looking for a general place.
Especially since I think I know where we're going.
I think it's
Because, like, when we started all of this, our first thought was to go and get Olive Tree.
yes.
You could literally just send the message of olive trees.
Yeah.
No, Atticus does that because, you know, he's like, Atticus sends a message and is like, so about that olive tree.
Nia also sends a message following that, and it's just olive tree in capital letters with exclamation marks.
My character immediately follows suit. It is like Olive Tree, and it's just a bunch of E's.
And we all make our way to the main console, I presume.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright. So, Sky,
Yes.
I will need you.
My character, like, rubs the walls of the corridors as they go, just empathically, just, like, feeling bad for the TARDIS.
Yeah, I'm going to have you roll for me ingenuity and knowledge to plot the course.
Ingenuity and knowledge. Okay.
If you do badly, Atticus will probably be annoyed at you. It'll probably help.
That is a total of 13.
Okay. So, you managed to set the destination for Earth.
Oh no.
You managed to definitely get the right area for olive trees. You even noticed that the TARDIS seems to be almost pushing up pop-up prompts on the monitor.
Oh no, I know where this is going.
Time's a little bit harder. So the ship definitely takes off. You're definitely moving, but you notice that you can't get a fix on when you're going to end up, just where.
Have I left the handbrake on?
Grab my popcorn.
No, you remember to take that off at least.
Atticus,
Wait, what was it? Take what off?
The handbrake, yeah.
Oh, yes! I love the
Atticus stumbles as it starts and starts
Yeah.
speeding up his walk. And he's like, where the hell are we going?
Olive trees?
Atticus looks at the date and he's like, are you kidding me?
Is Dusk still holding the fan?
I presume so.
When we get back to the console room, I take it back and then I put it back in my pocket.
Yeah, Atticus is just like, where the hell are we going?
So I would like. So you're now in the time vortex, and the ship is rattling quite a bit. I need you to make another roll for me. Can you tell me what your strength attribute is, real quick?
Which one of us?
It's Sky specifically.
Okay.
Strength attribute 2.
Okay, it doesn't matter then. Basically, it suggests using the ship. The ship also has a 2, so I just wanted to see if the ship would have helped you a bit better. It's going to be strength and transport.
Because I'm flying the TARDIS, I've got a specialization.
Yes, that'll be a +2.
Okay. I got another double 6.
Blimey. Well, despite not knowing exactly when and where you're going to end up, you definitely managed to go in the right direction. To
People keeping track at home, that would be a total of 21 with my specialization as well.
Fucking hell. No, it's a rough start, and definitely Atticus probably stumbles a bit in the corridor. But you know, once you're in flight, smoothest flight ever. It is you can feel the ship humming, but you barely feel it. It's beautiful.
Footing, he is able to walk over. just curious what's going on, I guess.
One moment. Alright. I'm just doing a quick check for a thing, sorry. Cool. So just one last thing, and we should be fine.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
No, it's all good.
It's another double 6.
What's your old? It was for travelling through the time vortex, basically.
Yeah.
Could you do a quick? What's your awareness? Okay.
My awareness is 4.
Yeah, you're fine. Awareness and transport, please.
Awareness and transport. That is not as good. So that is a 17, to which being the specialization, with 1/1.
Okay. You notice that you're going off course. You might be landing on Mars and not Earth.
Shit.
And
Oh,
like,
what-
as you realise this, by the way, for everyone else who's walking, like the ground slants a bit, like about 20 degrees.
Atticus stumbles again.
My
You didn't have
character
to
is,
slide
for
this
some
thing.
reason, more or less fine.
Could I have a very quick coordination and athletics check from Atticus?
Oh no. 3. That's 3 and 3 on both of them. So that'll be a +6.
Mhm.
16. Okay.
You got a 6. You got a 16. Yeah, you like, despite like stumbling, it's like you're trying to fall, and then you do like a perfect roll basically and balance against the other wall.
And also there was a 6.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
I've got fairly high coordination and athletics, so I should be fine.
Yeah. All right. And coordination and transport, Sky.
Coordination and transport. Oh, this is gonna be a bet. So this is already a 13 before I roll dice.
Oh wow, blimey! I forgot it was that good.
One of the dice is cocked, so I'll reroll that one dice. That is a 22 in total. No 6s, no 1s.
You managed to redirect it, and the ship levels
Did I
off.
say 26?
Yeah,
22.
22 started with the 13 bonus, but yeah,
Damn.
you recorrect, and the floor levels itself back out for everyone else. By this point, by the way, everyone's finally reached you in the console room and probably is a little bit concerned by your piloting.
My character isn't, because my character doesn't know enough about piloting a TARDIS to be
Atticus
concerned.
is like losing out of breath, and he's just like, "Oh my god."
My character is just assuming that this is normal TARDIS transport.
You knew how to fly this thing, Dani.
I had practice.
I would like finally a strength and transport roll.
Strength and transport. Okay. That is an 18 with a 6.
Alright, and unlike your takeoff, it's a very settled landing. So much so that if it wasn't for the very loud boom noise, you almost wouldn't know you stopped.
There we go. I don't know when we are.
Atticus looks at you for the side eye and is like, "I could have told you."
So
Well, I was taking off just, I guess, urgently. So, like, if I'm correct, we're on Earth. If I'm correct, we're where an olive garden is, and we can easily pick up a sample. I don't know when.
What year is it?
Oh, you know what would be funny is if we're not actually in an Olive Garden, we're at an Olive Garden.
I was thinking that too.
Like in America, just in the middle of a restaurant or something. That would be hilarious.
That,
so
that's the thing. I don't know when.
So-
So, for all we know, this could be the pre-Jurassic period. This could be a few days before the Earth gets destroyed.
So you can grab the monitor to do a quick check. For things like what the ship does. I'm rolling it on my end, by the way.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, you're not sure why. Maybe it's the autonomy limiter, but the display simply says location, Earth, and then for some reason it's added the category olive trees, true.
Well, we know there are olive trees.
It knew the criteria.
Okay, I do want to mention, out of character, I swear we are just on like a massive olive tree. That would be amazing.
You just crushed into an olive tree somehow.
No, we're just on one of the leaves and it's massive.
Oh, well, yeah, Cambria or something, yeah.
Yeah.
I will say on that note that might be a good point to stop, because you can find out where you've ended up next time.
I was wanting my first "You're not going out" dressed like that from Atticus.
Well, you can do that next time.
Yay!
To be fair, you don't even know what's out there. You don't know what's the correct
That's
sense of
true.
fashion.
We don't, we don't have the time. You're right.
Indeed. But yes, I'm going to cut the recording there.